Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a real classic, Lois Lowry's 1993 novel, The Giver.
Right. And this isn't just, standard required reading. It won the Newbery Medal back in '94.
Yeah, and a big survey later called it the fourth best children's novel ever, so it definitely sticks with people.
It really does. And I think a lot of its power comes from this paradoxical setting it creates.
Paradoxical is a good word for it.
Yeah, it presents this community that basically engineered stability. They call it sameness. The whole idea was to get rid of pain, conflict, all the bad stuff.
But the cost of that stability, it was huge. Sameness didn't just take away suffering.
It took away everything else too, like
Yeah.
emotional depth,
Yeah.
actual color vision, even things like weather and hills. Gone.
So it seems like this calm utopia when you first start reading. It flips pretty quickly. You realize, oh, this is actually a dystopia, a very controlled one.
Exactly. And the story zooms in on Jonas, the protagonist. He's 12.
Yeah.
And he gets this very unique, very rare assignment. He's chosen as the next receiver of memory.
The only one who holds all the memories of the past, the good and the bad.
Right. The idea is he uses this knowledge, this history, to advise the elders when they need perspective they don't have themselves.
And his training comes with these permissions that are just completely against the rules for everyone else.
Yeah, like the ability to lie. And he's told he doesn't have to share his feelings anymore.
Which is wild, right? Because this whole society is built on absolute precision of language, total honesty from everyone. Except for the one guy whose job relies on knowing the messy truth and being allowed to deceive. That's the first, major crack you see.
It is. And, critical theory really picks up on that as the core control mechanism. It's about restricting memory, restricting the past, almost like a form of totalitarianism.
Because if people knew what they were missing.
Exactly. If they knew history, the richness, the pain, the joy, they wouldn't stand for the dullness, the sameness of their present. That knowledge is dangerous to the system.
So the control isn't just about losing knowledge, it's about enabling something much darker. Let's talk about release.
Ah, yes, release. Within the community, it's presented as this very peaceful, dignified transition.
Something that happens to the elderly or people who break rules repeatedly or even infants who aren't thriving.
Right. It sounds gentle,
Yeah.
necessary even.
But then Jonas, through the memories he receives, finds out the truth. And it's chilling.
It really is. Release is just a euphemism. It's lethal injection.
And then disposal, like trash. Jonas actually watches his own father, who's a nurturer, someone supposed to care for infants. He watches him perform this procedure on a baby twin. Just because the community only allows one, it's clinical. Cold.
And his father has no idea he's doing anything wrong, does he? Because the concept, the memory of murder, of morality, it's just gone, erased by sameness.
That scene,
Yeah.
it's just devastating. It shows the absolute horror underpinning this perfect society.
It really does. And you can see how the themes connect.
Yeah.
Like, take the lack of color.
The whole community sees in black and white, essentially.
Yes, and academics often analyze this literal color blindness as a metaphor.
For erasing difference, right?
Exactly. It mirrors those real-world colorblind attitudes where by claiming not to see difference, you actually end up erasing the unique experiences and, frankly, the struggles of minority groups.
Yeah.
Sameness makes everyone invisible in a way.
And that push for uniformity, for sameness, combined with the practice of release, well, the source material points towards eugenics.
It does. The implication is pretty strong.
Yeah.
That maybe gene editing was involved in creating this homogeneous society, and release is how they maintain it, by eliminating anyone who doesn't fit the mold.
It's dark stuff.
Yeah.
And Lowry's own inspiration adds another layer.
Yeah, she mentioned observing her own father losing his memory due to senility. And she started thinking, what if we could choose to take away painful memories? What would that world look like?
So the book is asking, is avoiding suffering worth losing everything else? Love, joy, color, choice. Which makes the book's reception kind of ironic, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. Here's this novel warning us about control, about censorship, about limiting knowledge.
And it's constantly being challenged and banned itself. It was high on the American Library Association's most challenged lists for, 3 decades straight.
Yeah, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, usually because of those dark themes we've been talking about, the violence, the euthanasia.
The irony is just, wow. Trying to censor a book that's fundamentally a warning against censorship, especially societal control over kids' knowledge.
It's pretty potent.
So wrapping this up, what does The Giver really ask you, the listener, to think about. It really forces you to weigh that balance, doesn't it?
It does. The seeming security and comfort of sameness, of not having painful memories,
Yeah.
versus the richness but also the difficulty of true freedom, of real emotions, of holding on to memory.
So the final question it leaves you with is pretty profound.
Yeah. If suffering, grief, and pain are part of the package deal of being fully human, of having autonomy, how much of that are you willing to sacrifice for total societal comfort and predictability? It's something that lingers long after you finish the book.